What's the deal, y'all? What goes on? Well, Asian session it is. Let me fix this mother. What up, y'all? What's going on? Filling up in here. Drop a like. Sub to the channel if you're new. What a nice trade yesterday. Congrats to the Sunday private session gang. The Cribbo is AOKO. Settling in. We are settling in. Back like we never left. Green, why you don't show up to the private session on Sundays? Yeah, we got daylight savings. What up, Mateus? I see you. I was coming, but what happened? What happened? I like this. Mods out in full force. It's a rarity. Wagwan. I'll be there. Alright, how many we got in here? Filling up. Alright, I guess let's get into a breakdown. Let's see what's going on today. It looks pretty straightforward to an extent. Alright, so, monthly made a top. Never broke the previous previous monthly high either, but the overall monthly high never closed above. We can still come up after making a steeper bottom wick. The weekly doesn't have a top wick. We're driving down. We might break the previous weekly low without ever making this top wick. We'll come back to that price at some point, but it might not be on the next weekly candle. Daily close due, no bottom, back in range, but no bottom wick. Really strong bearish candle. I think we'll still see a drive down before we flip back bullish. So understand this. The daily doesn't have a bottom wick. The previous day doesn't have a bottom wick. And today opened up with no top wick. So at some point we're going to come up and make one. And ideally it happens after we tap 1970 because we can have some serious buys. Not even 1970, probably around 66 areas. I'll double check here. But we can have some serious buys, and if that's the case and we see strong pushes down, re-break of the lows here, maybe we can take sells to those strong areas from where we'll take buys eventually, either tonight in London or tomorrow for New York. Maybe even tomorrow for Asian. Let's drop down to the 4. Okay. Right, I see a smear. What's happened previously? Okay, right. What are we doing here right now is what we were doing here. Right? So we have strong areas. Oh, wait, go back. Let's talk about immediate areas of rejection, right? Strong area for resistance. We can obviously tell that over here we had a strong support across the board. And we also have an advantage point somewhere around here that we can utilize to drive up or down. Let's go down to the hourly here. Let's look at these areas. I don't think we have 50 areas here because that's over 250 pips away, but let's concentrate on what we have immediately. Right, so let's concentrate on these couple of areas. What I see there's a range over here as well that we're entering, right? We just kind of broke below here and we're entering into this area of play, right? So where can we create some zones in this area to see if we can come down and tap 70 before driving up? Alright, what I notice here is that we tend to fill the range as we come down here. Just want to see how far down do we need to close. Okay. Let me annotate what I'm thinking, or voice what I'm thinking, what I'm looking at. At this moment, the 4-hour doesn't have a top wick, neither does the previous 4-hour. A lot of massive bearish momentum. Getting straight down here. Yesterday without any bullish momentum, and now we just started off with that. I will expect us to flip bullish at some point after we tap 1970. We already tapped 1970, so we might drive through it. That's why I wouldn't take buys off the rip once we tap 1970. I would probably look at at this area for buys as we start coming down. Might look for 66 for off the rip buys if we start heading down there. But at 1970, here's the thing, at 1970 we had a support, we drove off of it, right? We had a strong closure at this area right here, and then we came down and we rejected off of it. Remember I told you, when we have a strong closure, next time you come back to that area, you don't necessarily break right through. A lot of times you'll see this wick right off of it. Doesn't mean that you're going to reject drive the other way like it did in this case, but you'll see a wick right off it, and then it'll slowly like trickle down, right? And, whoops, it'll slowly come down like that. But Now that we've rejected off this area, I'm expecting the next area to reject off of is around 66. So if we tap 66, I might be looking for buys off the rip. Until then, I would really like to see, because I think eventually the daily has to flip here. That's why I'll look for buys there. But before I look for buys at 66, I'm going to see if we can get some sells down to that area, down to 70, down to 66. And unfortunately, I can't do that here with the 4 hour still open and barely a top wick. Like, say 7, less than a pip. Wait, no, that's pretty, how big is that? 4 pips. Let's see how we start printing here. You have a 15 closing here in a minute. Let it close in 20 seconds. I want to see where it closes. Because you have a 15 and a 30 level here. And if we close here on the 30, right below here, we'll have some range. We'll have 40 pips to take advantage of. Close right at a 5 support. Let's see. Maybe we can get an hourly flip here. Because now if the hourly flips, highly likely, if it does it early enough in this candle, we'll have a 4 hour close bullish here. And if a 4 hour close bullish at this support at 70, above 77.13, even higher, around 78, we're going to look for buys on the next 4 hour. There's a few ways to play this here. So if the hourly flips bullish here and comes back in range and then that gives us a bullish 4 hour close, then at that point the 4 hour will close probably like this. And if the 4 hour does that, then it's going to depend on what the next 4 hour does. If it immediately opens up and drives up, I'm going to look for it to flip back. I'm going to look for a 4 hour sell replay, or at least a retest of the lows that it just made on the smaller time frame at around 75. Right? So then you would look for this next candle to open up, top wick, right? Top wick, and then drive down. As soon as you break these highs, you're looking for sells. Now, if it opens up with a bottom wick first, right, you can look for buys once you start breaking the lows here, right? So if the candles, because now you've held the 4 hour support, right? Because if it closed like that, you've held the 4 hour support right at this area overall, the overall area of interest, right? Advantage point. So if we held support there, then the next candle gives you a bottom wick, or starts off with a bottom wick and breaks that 4 hour low, you're most likely grabbing orders somewhere all over this area, somewhere in that area, just to finish the drive up to 87. But that's if the 4 hour, if the hourly flips bullish and the 4 hour closes bullish. If it doesn't, if it stays like it is right now, we might have either early sells or sells to start off the next hour or to finish off this hour. This 15 broke the previous low, right? But the thing is here, the 15 closed at a 15 support here. You see that? So we have a support here on the 15 and the previous 15 closed right at it. So I can't take sells here just yet. I can wait for a closure below here because the chance of this candle driving, of this 15 driving, is much less than the next 15 driving after you get this closure outside the range. Alright, so let's see. Let's see if we can leave a bottom wick, and let's see if we can get a top wick on the next candle. Let's see. Yeah, because look, now we're getting below the 5 as well. 20 seconds. Below the overall. We're gonna need a few things to line up here. We're gonna wait, regardless of what happens. We're gonna wait on this 30 close here. Boy, oh boy, this is gonna be interesting if this rejects, because then everything we've just drawn out here is what we're gonna follow. That's gonna be the game plan. Might not. Might be a top wick here for the 5 to continue driving down here. Strong push. If that happens, then the higher time frames, the 30 or the hourly, are going to need to pull back and leave a bottom wick for us to finish off the move. So we'll take advantage of that, right? Before we get to 1970. We got another 60 pips till we get there. 50, 60 pips. Looks, thank you for the streams and knowledge of course. Explain the market. You're amazing. Keep up the great work. I try. Thank you for coming through. Chat. I appreciate coming through. Every single one of you. 420. Whoever was whoever was number 420 viewer. If I knew who you were, I'd host you at my house for 4. You know what? I really want to do that. Like, I feel like next year, that's going to be one of the giveaways. Next year, I think I want to do that. It's going to be... Hold on. Can you hear me? Yo. YouTube is on our ass today, yo. Morning, it took us out, right? A mic? But anyway, I think that is gonna be, I mean, we'll think of something. Maybe like weekend we'll hang. We'll create our own. We'll create our own stake. Become better. It's not the mic. Right? Hold on. It on the Zoom? Or is it cutting out? Is it choppy?
Hey Wix,
What's up, man? Is it choppy or is it cutting out on the Zoom? Like, is it
it's
good?
cutting. No, it's cutting a little bit.
Oh,
Maybe the network or something.
I'm hardwired. A bad signal? I can't have a bad signal. Like the base is right here. This is the base, right? It's right here. A base. Base was like, oh, nah, we better work right now before he throws me against the wall. God damn it. Hmm. You need a mic instead of a light on. Maybe the cord? What fucking cord? Some here cutting out a headset too. My bad, chat. This shit's from the 1900s. You know the deal. Got this shit wholesale at a flea market. Yeah. Give it a second. I'm gonna be choppy as hell again. Yo, if this shit came with a Zach Morris phone antenna, right? Like, psh, I think we'd be good to go. But right now, wild. Oh, we got 2 minutes here till the 30 close. Ooh, look at that. We done flipped on this hourly. Flip bullish. Now, can we drive up and close bullish on the 4 hour? All I need is one mic. All I need is one mic. I'm gonna send you a short SM7B. All right, I'm waiting on it. Waiting on it, Edge. Yo, Donvo had the right idea when he said he needs a PO box. There's a bunch of people that have been wanting to send me shit. Be nice having like a little Wix stream museum. Just hang stuff all over the room, everything that people send in. And then everyone that's in Devious could visit that room of all the Wix museum stuff. Be like a paid school trip. Are we going to a museum today, class? The Wix Museum of Forex. Nah, no unboxing day. I'm just gonna have shit on shelves that people send in. Alright, 30 closed bullish. Ooh. Interesting. Now, I won't take a wick entry here, but if we can come down and break the 30 low and then flip buy here. Because you have to understand, it's hard. You can't take the break of the low on the previous candle buy because that would be the hourly massively bearish driving down. The stronger time frame would be bearish driving down. So that's how I take the flip there. Uh-oh. What happened? What happened now? She told me to move my stuff out of the computer chair next to me so she could sit down. Yeah. It's great. This is in session chat. In session. Hey. All right. That's enough. That's enough screen time for you. Oh, you all right? Careful. Does she love you? No, I'm adopted. For a second, I thought you had small hands. No, that was her hands pulling my beard. Yeah, Chad. I told you, I made my own people. I'm their leader, and they follow me. You guys can create your own people too. I made my own people. We have lanes in the ring. Someone's... Oh, y'all thought I went... Nah, I went to... Alright.
Wix, if you try to fix your mic, because still it's going and coming, something like that.
Mic check.
Okay.
Perfect. Much better. I think it's because I keep walking out the room. Chat, honestly, that's how my dad used to fix TVs. Learn from Pops. Love you, Dad. It was live. That was live footage of how to become a mod. What happens when you become a mod? Live footage. That's how you get in. Kind of arranging here. It's interesting though, is this 5. Sorry, this 15. It's respecting. Getting getting the motion printed here. So, chat, we just made a low here to 75. That low is going to need to be retested before any drive up. Just not a lot of range here, 76.3 to 75. So this whole thing here is like 10 pips. Yeah, this whole shit. But on the small time frame, we're going to need to retest that low if we're going to drive up. Looks like getting something cool for the background. The other room was lit. Yeah. I'm like, there's boxes stacked on it. But I got a tattoo chair in here. Yeah, more artwork coming. But I'm not going to a parlor. They better come here. I think I'm playing. Tattoo chair in there. see that? It's a tattoo chair. Old TVs where you would have the antenna in your room. Yeah, it's not working. Based on where you stand, you have to sit by the kitchen and shit. Excuse me, chat.
The smoke got me. I got bronchitis.
Put fake clouds on the ceiling? Nah, I'd rather make my own 420 clouds. For 20 clouds up out my window, and I can't see it all. But these racks stacked up too tall, they remind me that it's not so bad. Lower low, higher high, always have to? No, nothing is always have. There's no black and white here. There's no 100% of anything. There's a likelihood and a probability of something happening. There's a high probability of retesting a higher time frame high, higher time frame low. Well, even lower time frames, just they'll get retested really quickly on the lower time frames. Especially on gold. That's why I really like trading gold. I talk about this all the time. It's very technical. It creates support, creates a resistance, and then it retests the highs and lows of the range it creates. If we do close bullish like this on the hourly, but stay bearish like this on the 4, I'm gonna look for the break of this hourly high, previous hourly high, and a sell. You don't think price is going to retest 1970? I believe so. I believe in order for us to get back up to 87, we'll need to tap 70. So overall, I'm bearish. And I believe that let me explain that. Overall, I'm bearish for this session, expecting the price to come down to 70 before it makes a decision on whether it's going to go up or down. But logically thinking, or knowing, according to logic, that if we are going to come back up here, it's going to need to be a rejection off this area. Because every time we do come up here, after a drive down, the price fills the range, fills the range, fills the range, and then it makes the decision. We also closed bearish on the daily, remember that? Yeah, really no bottom wick, but still bearish on the daily and back in range. So we're still gonna make this little drive down, even though eventually we should come up. Coming up on the last 15 of this 4-hour. I will say this though, lately, the last few weeks, our moves have been coming not extremely, but much later in the session. Sometime between like 9:30 and 10:30 is when we've been getting moves lately. Check, give me 1 second. Hold on. Give me chat. I had to go fill up my cup and put the kids to bed. I know it's that time. I'm short. Let's hope I'm right. Well, if you're really short, you better be right most of the time to compensate for being short. put the kids to bed. I'm waiting for you to come back. No, I'm in bed right now, but I wanted to say goodnight to them. All right, go. I'm looking for a close below 1975.174 here. There we go, 74.97. You wanna look at the dollar? Yeah. What about him? Is there a trade running? No, we'll post it. When there's a trade running, you'll see this on the chart. Something like that. And we'll obviously mention it and discuss it beforehand. Right now, I am looking for this 4 hour to close. And I will be looking for a top wick up to 77. Something along the lines of this candle and the one following it here. Closure somewhere around there. And the next candle, top wick, somewhere around here. Will it happen? I don't know. We might have an early entry and see some drawdown, but that's what I'm looking for. Ever use EMAs? Used to use EMAs when I just started trading. Like the first thing I learned was um, structure, fibs, and EMAs. Whew. Fucking PTSD activated. When did you start trading? 5 years ago. Have you become more profitable using ranges only? No, I've become more profitable when I got rid of indicators. Not just when I got rid of them. Not like the moment, hey, I got rid of the indicator, now I'm profitable. No. When I realized that it's all just noise on the charts, unnecessary noise. It's a distraction. And you realize that you just need to learn to read candles. You know, very, very key moments in life when you realize what you don't know, because that points you in the right direction of where you need to go or what you need to learn. Because a lot of you guys don't know what you don't know. You don't realize it because you don't know it. Does that make sense? It's the realization of what you don't know that points you in the right direction. And then it's time for you to go figure it out. Are you looking for buys or sells? No, I am looking for cents. Not dollars and cents, but cents. S-E-N-S-E. Cents. I need the market to make sense to me. Now we've tapped 74.9 on the dot, and we're rejecting off of it. Are we rejecting to flip? If not, then we can look on the top wick on the next candle to fill the range again. When did you feel like you knew what you were doing? When, like, honestly, when you see results, like, at some point you look back at a year's worth of trading and then 2 years worth of and you're like, oh, all right, like this is just what I do. There's no certain moment that shows up. It's just you slowly grow into this. There's no like snap of the fingers and now you know. Now you know what you're doing. No, it's a slow process, and it's so slow that you don't realize you get there or how you grow. And that by the time you get there, it's not a surprise to you. Like, wow, I know this. It's just by that moment you've adjusted, right? It's like growing into money. You're into making money. You're adjusting, and you're slowly building mechanisms and vehicles around you to be able to sustain what you're doing, right? And if it's dropped on you, you don't have the mechanisms in place, so you're probably gonna lose that money. The same thing here. If I didn't have the mechanisms in place to to, to sustain my trading and sustain profitability, I probably wouldn't be here right now. But those mechanisms are already in place, so I'm on more or less on autopilot right now. But like there's no diplomas here because the learning never stops. So it's not that my trading is on autopilot, but my trading growth is on autopilot. My growth in the industry is on autopilot. Right? Me getting better at trading is on autopilot. That's a given every single day that I show up and do breakdowns and trade in front of you guys. On autopilot. What's up, beautiful? We join the Sunday session. You gotta do it on YouTube. Chat, we got a 4-hour close here. And we might just drive straight down. There's a lot of volume, but I'm gonna look for a top wick. Because I want the advantage point. If we don't get a top wick here off this hourly, I'm gonna look for a closer below 74.97. Once we break the low and close below here, I'll look for a 5 or 15 top wick. But for now, I'm expecting to come up and tap 77.13 here. Maybe even 78 areas. I DM you on YouTube. What do I need to? No, don't DM me on YouTube. You gotta go on under the stream. If you're on mobile, probably won't work. On some mobiles it does, but on desktop, you gotta go click join on my channel and join Wix's table for the private session. Why do you only trade Asian? Well, that is a flawed statement. I don't only trade Asian. We were on this morning and traded New York. Okay, here we go. Coming up for a top wick here on the hourly. The issue is we already have a bottom wick now. think we should fill 1970 before going up. Yes, that's what I've been talking about all evening, but it's not a guarantee. So let's look for an indication that we can find your resistance here and not just drive back up in range. One 30-minute candle at a time. That's how I live my life. How rebel of you. Learn trading from courses or self-learning. I've never bought a course. That's one thing I've never done, was buy a course. If I buy you a course, will you sit through it?
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
Didn't you buy Don's course to join him in the Zoom? No, I paid for lifetime signals. Like when he just dropped them, like it just came out like 2020. And I didn't do it to join him in the Zoom. It wasn't like that back then. It didn't work like that back then. Like it was completely different rules. I just did it so we can, cause he banned me, right? He thought I was a troll, so he banned me on the streams. So I bought the lifetime signals in order to fucking start talking to him. Just I paid for the connect. Oh, it flipped here, huh? I wanted a steeper top wick. I have to break that low. We got a 5 closure coming up here. Gonna rip here. It's really interesting. Yeah, chat, I'm gonna take a sell right here. Here we go, just took a sell. 515. I'm expecting us to come down to 73.72. So if we reject here, I'll look for a bottom wick on the next candle to get out. But overall, I'm expecting to tap 73.2 at least here. 73.8, which will be roughly 13 pips in profit, and then I'll look to go break even. Now, if we come up and re-break the re-break the highs, then I'll look obviously for a pineapple to come back in, probably at around 78 mark. Yeah, I took a position here based on the fact that I'm expecting a break of the previous 4-hour low before. Now, I was expecting a steeper top wick, but just looking at the advantage point of still being 13 to 15 pips, I think I'm fine with taking that before a rejection up. So let's see what happens here. It's a case of taking a sell into a support. Understanding that we have to tap lower areas in order for us to reject. Bit of a late entry on there, but it's all right. I mean, there's room to drive. So I wasn't too concerned about the late entry. We've also spent a large portion of this 15-minute candle coming down, right? First 13 minutes. My entry is 75.18. Oh, I'm sorry, chat. We're talking about it. I didn't even go over stops. You see? So we broke the lows here. Understand that we're grabbing orders below the previous lows. There is a chance you can reject and come up here because now you're grabbing orders, but I believe there's some more range to 73.8 here based on candles driving down here or to the left that we can take advantage of. right? As we hit 74 flat, I'll go break even. About 6 more pips. I only saw about 7 pips. Yeah. Need about 5 more pips before we go break even. At 74, at 73.8. Oh, we got a 5 with no bottom wick here, huh? Previous 5 closed with no bottom wick. Yeah, this can ride up. What is this? This was a strong rejection area previously too, right? Chat, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna close a break even here. Just close that break even. I'm gonna wait for this. I want to wait for this 30 to close below here, and then I'll take another sell. The thing is, we've rejected right at this area here before, and we're right at it. I thought we were gonna drive through over there. If it drives through right now, fine. I'll miss it. I'm okay with that. But what I want to see is this 30 close in 11 minutes, because then if that closes, yeah, I'll get a worse entry, but I'll have a lot more confidence in the trade. I'm not confident here in it driving down at this point because the previous 5 had no bottom wick, right? That indicates no range, and we've rejected heavily in this area before. So I'm gonna wait for this 30 to close. If this 30 can stay below here, then I'm gonna take my entry. I mean, you guys can stay there. You can stay in the position. I closed it one pip in profit. It's break even basically. but I want to see how we close here on the 30. Yeah, previous 5, no bottom wick. I thought we would have drove through, but look, the 5s are playing the proper game. It's just nothing I can do about that. It's just, that's where my comfort level lies. Yeah, I'm sorry, that was the 15 as well. So look at that, the 15 no bottom wick. If you drive up now on this 15 and close back up above range, your 30 is respecting 75. We could probably look for a bottom wick to take a buy, but we'll see. The 30 is key here. I don't think you're all of a sudden, after such a bearish momentum move, we're all of a sudden gonna start ridiculously driving up. But honestly, if it was to happen, then it could probably happen in this area, because look, this is where we keep projecting for a straight drive up. But if we get disclosure below in about 9 minutes, then we'll look to re-enter that position. Yeah, if it stays below here, it might pop, but I don't think it's going to do it on this 15. I think we're going to make a bottom wick right now on this 5 and come back up in range. If it does, great, but this isn't the play we would typically be in, right? With the 15 closing bearish with no bottom wick. All right, let me add that break even to our, oh, no one said anything about our record today. All right, sells. BE number 29 on the year. Let's liven this up a little bit. Everybody's so locked in. Let's liven this up for a minute. catalyst behind the range form matters, yes, but the fact that it doesn't change the fact that the range was formed. So, right, you can still utilize it. It matters when that range is forming, as like why the price is driving. So you can kind of tell on the impact, right, on price that a certain catalyst will have. But a range is a range. Find amazing that every time you and Don call entry level buys and sells, most of the time coincides with the fibs, usually 316 and 618, and that gives me more confidence. It just goes to show that eventually you really don't need indicators. Got the position open? Yeah, that's fine. That is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, it was my comfort level, right? Not yours. It should still drive down, but just, you know, it's the manner in which it drives down. It's important. Personally, I want to see this 15 flip and then come back up, close bullish below 74.97. So this way it'll create a bottom wick. Oh, it did flip for a split second. That's really tiny. That's no bottom wick. Because now if this 15, right, if it can flip to one of these, right, and still close fairly bullish, but have a bottom wick, then this tells me that there's range now. And then the next 15, which will be also a bearish 30 close below the range, we can have a top wick and take the sells. What you think about SMC? Really no opinion. I never cared enough to form an opinion. Minutes here for the 30. I mean, you should be looking good if you close the position. I mean, if you didn't close the position, but if you did, not to worry. We should have more on this 30-minute. Minutes here. Daily chart around April, May, say it looks like we have good liquidity. What you think? Yeah, from March 23rd and on. That's the areas I'm basing my breakdown on. Seconds here for the 30 close. want a bottom wick on this 30. Yeah. I don't know. It's just a lot of volume and we're coming down, but like that's not really bottom wick material there. Yeah, chat, like there's these candles are indicating that there's not much range below them. I'm kind of obligated to wait here. Yeah, it should come down before rejecting, but how far down will it come? Let's show your empty 5. Same reason I don't walk around showing my checking account. When our close should give us more direction. Yeah, maybe it's possible. Or we just drive through and that's the session. Ideally, we come back up a little. Or we just have a massive drive right now to like 73, 72, and then we can look to finish the range to 70. Because if we just drive to 72 right now, past 73.8, past 72.8, right? That's a strong bearish move. We're not just gonna stop and all of a sudden drive the other way. We're gonna kind of range a little. Do you think if price breaks below 69, picking up liquidity and close above 82, we can take buys, fill in the range from 82 to 86? That is a lot that has to happen. It depends on how it happens. Yeah, our original position, this would be about, actually no, we'll be about 3 pips away from going break even. Be about 10 pips right now. You should believe in yourself more, Wix. It has nothing about believing. It's just there's certain indications in the market that tell us that where the probability of our trade working out has gone down. Like a 15 no bottom wick, a 30 no bottom wick. Right? So it's not about believing, it's just playing probabilities. Doesn't, you know, you leave room for, you know, for it to go the opposite way of your breakdown and play the probability game. Because majority of the time, no bottom wick there would save us a lot of drawdown. Yeah, I'm not worried exactly. That's a good point, Bitme. So, because there's always another trade coming, right? I don't get married to the position because I have the understanding, the comfort of knowing that because of the way we trade, that based on our trading style, there's always another trade coming. There's always another setup coming based on, yeah. Just, you know, you trade a certain way for a while, you'll know how often the opportunities come. You'll know how likely they are to work out. Like, yeah, it'll be like clockwork. So some people, you know, swing and they realize that their opportunity shows up maybe roughly every few weeks. Takes a few weeks for it to set up, maybe a few months. There have been plenty of times where we stayed out of positions that drove for 100 pips, right? But we've also avoided plenty of positions where we would have been down bad. Our breakdown overall is on point, right? Just candles have to show us what we want to see. Got the gold camera in. Oh. Yeah, I guess we were right. I be over trading a lot. Oh bueno. Is it possible to make my 6K account to 1 million in a month? I mean, technically, but do you really? It's like, I don't know. Can you take a shit while running at full speed? Probably, but not something you really want to attempt. You know what I mean? Same thing here. Probably not worth the attempt. You're gonna end up all shitty. Challenge accepted. Don't post nothing. Don't tag me in nothing. Oh shit. Make me cry. Awesome analogy. That's a pretty shitty analogy, honestly. Yeah. I made myself laugh. That don't often happen. I'm usually pretty straight faced when I when I crack a joke, but that made me laugh. Damn, we coming down here, chat. Yeah, congrats if you stayed in that position and took the W's here. We are currently waiting on a closer. After 70, next target 66. We can't take sells here because the previous 30 closed with no bottom wick. We also have no top wick on this candle, which means it's okay. The hourly has a top wick, but in this case, we also then need. We also need to wait for the hourly closure. Then in this case, there's volume. We were right. The candles weren't. Speaking. Bottom wick for sell stops. I need a bottom wick on this hourly closure. That's coming up in 18 minutes. That's a lot of time. We might just drive down. But it becomes very difficult to take a sell because people are like, if we should drive down, why aren't you taking it? Because the previous 30 closed with no bottom wick. So I would expect this one to make a bottom wick now and to at some point flip bullish. And the issue is, I don't know if it's going to flip bullish tapping here, or tapping here. But at some point, this current candle needs to flip bullish. Once it does that, that's it. Then this 30 here closing with no bottom wick, it gets negated by the bottom wick that's getting made right now, and then we flip. So now after the flip, we already have a bottom wick in this area. We have range. All we need to do is wait for the smaller time frame, 15, 5 closures, and a top wick. Doesn't mean the next candle should close bullish. It just means it should make a bottom wick and flip bullish at some point. It might not because we have massive bearish momentum and the hourly has a top wick, right? But I wouldn't take a sell there. Negated, yeah, like negative. What's wrong with people? Just kidding. Are you really? Hey. In this trade, how come you didn't just go BE instead of closing manually on the chance it runs? I closed exactly at BE. It would have hit my B. I closed at 1.1 pips in profit, but it would have hit my B. It came up past it. This is wild. Look, this 15 just closed also with no bottom wick. 15, the 30, and now this 15, no bottom wick. The entire hourly is full of closures with no bottom wicks. Yeah, I get it. There's a lot of new people at every stream, so I understand there's a lot of things we do here that don't fall in line with the, you know, with the status quo of trading. I guess that's a big reason why we're profitable as well. What does that mean, no bottom wick? Means it's an indication of no more range. It lacks range. Break even still in? Well, break even's a break even. Participation trophy is a participation trophy, all right? There's my bottom wick, exactly. So now we need this to close. The hourly is leaving the bottom wick. The 30, I'm fine with the 30 closing like this, because if it closes like this, we'll wait for a top wick. What I want though is a top wick here, and still a bearish close. No top wick on a bearish candle. It means we've never grabbed liquidity above this area. It means there's orders above here that the next candle can come up, grab, come down. So a lot of the times you'll see if this one closes with no top wick, the next candle will come up, make a top wick for it, and then drive down, which will also be the 1 hour range fill. If you look at the 1 hour here. Alright, this is what we expect. Remember we said the 30 closed with no bottom wick, so we don't know where the next candle will bottom out, here or here or here. We don't know where it'll bottom out, but we know that at some point it needs to flip bullish. Once it does that, that whole read of the candle closing no bottom wick, next one flipping bullish, that's over with. Now we can utilize the bottom wick that it made as range. So the next hour top wick plus this hourly bottom wick is one range. GJ.
How about new? How about new? How about new?
Daylight savings threw you off? It threw me off too yesterday when I was going to sleep. And I was like, yo, why do I feel so tired? And it's only like 10 or 11. It was like midnight. I was like, ah. What if it ended up having a bottom wick but closed bullish? Then it would depend on where bullish it would close. If it closes bullish above 74.97, we're scratching our idea of sells on the next candle. If it closes bullish but below 94.97, we're looking for a top wick to 1977.13. But if it closes bearish after making a top wick and coming back bearish, then I'm looking for a re-break of the current 30 high that it's going to make here. Once it breaks that on the next hourly, I'll consider that the top wick for the next hourly, and I'll take sells to come down. My range will be, my target range is the next hour top wick to this previous hourly bottom wick. Okay, so the next candle decides to do this. The range we're gonna play is from here to here, roughly 25 pips. Within an hour, we'll have fundamental news for the Aussie, which will probably affect gold. I'm probably bringing volume, but we're not trading gold versus the Aussie. We're trading it versus the dollar. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Read the candle Bible. The good old Bible stick candle. Yeah. The bearish is biased, chat. You know what we haven't done in a while? We haven't checked the 23-minute time frame. The 23 here. Oh, what do you know? The 23 also had no bottom wick on the previous candle. What a goat. I love that time frame. Elvis actually trades the 23-minute. Can you do a prediction on AU? I have no idea. I haven't looked at AU since (2021). 3 years. Haven't even turned on the chart. Stay bearish all day. Do anything. Yeah. Do you know SMC? You know what SMC stands for? Somewhat mild concussion. You know why? Because you feel like you had a mild concussion when trading it. Like, what the fuck? Chat's being chat. You are when do you know? You are using, can you say? You lost your cat and dog on Roblox? Damn, some happy 7-year-olds right now walking around with your shit. Three minutes here for this hourly close. I would have enjoyed being here right now and closing out positions and going to bed. Can I not buy or sell? Perfect. What a name, Tom Pluff. Word? Where? I want some Pluff. I'd destroy some Pluff right now. Does Pluff exist in there? Hell yeah, it exists. My girl makes it, so it exists. Yeah, it's not European. Pluff is like, it's like Asian, Middle Eastern type thing. Yeah, I think it's more Middle Eastern. This is a good time. Much respect. Night. Good night, Wall Street. I'm waiting on this hourly close. Should be really interesting. Wanted a pullback. But the 15 did. Remember we said no top wick, so you'll have a candle. Next candle come up, break that high, make a top wick for it. Thing is, we also close with no bottom wick, so is it gonna break that, or is this the range here? Because this hourly closes like this with no bottom wick, I'll call it a stream in 90 seconds here. So, isn't that sound like Russian? Yes, your name sounds Russian. Don's not here right now. Good Pulav is from Uzbekistan, from Asia. It's really good. Yeah, Uzbeks make the best food. I swear, the best shish kebabs, best salad, and plof. Like Uzbek restaurants are fire. Need to try it. Yeah, you're in New York, bro. Go to Brooklyn. Plof all over the place. If this shit ends with no, like, chat. And we close with no bot. Yeah. Damn, chat. What are we gonna do now? Yeah, we're gonna call it. Nice stream. Yes. I mean, yeah, we had the breakdown, right? We understood where we need to go in the higher time frame here. And we'll fill this range. My issue is all of these closures with no bottom wicks from the hourly to the 30 to the 15. Where did it close though? What's the level here? Yeah, right at a support too. Yeah, chat, I'm gonna call it a stream here. Thank you guys for coming through. One trade, one break even. If you guys kept it open, congrats, but not something I would be in. Honestly, if I don't want to take a trade in here, why would I want to sit and still be in a trade? Yeah, we started off the week nice yesterday with a W for the private session. Let's continue the week tomorrow with a W. You can join the private session through YouTube. Just click join. But other than that, chat, I'm gonna be back here tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, same time, same place. We're live on YouTube every single weekday at 8 p.m. Looking for win number 63. 63. You can join the table, yes. The table is what takes you to the private session. Gang, tonight I think Inez is back finally, so 3 a.m. London session. Go join his stream for London. We'll be live on Don Vo's stream. Make sure you're there. He's been killing it the entire year. Make sure if you really want to learn and get this down and really, you know, speed up the process of learning, make sure you're there for the morning sessions. So, morning session, 7 a.m. on Don Vo's channel. Evolution Devious, I think, will be 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, and then we're right back here at 8 p.m. Eastern live on YouTube for the Asian session. All right, mods, thank you so much for coming through. We got to do another mod, right? I think next or before this week is up, we'll do one more mod. I think 1 or 2. We'll see. Just mod everybody. Yeah, I think we'll get another mod in before the week is up. So mods, drop your choices for the mods. If you want to get rid of somebody, you can drop your choices of who you want to get rid of as a mod, but that's on you. That's on you because other mods are gonna see it.
It's okay, bro.
Mateus is in the running here.
Matheus.
Matheus.
Yeah.
The snowman, Mr. Snowman. Bougie was our last ad. Bougie was our last mod right after Jonathan. All right, mods, thank you so much for helping me and for coming through and helping me run this stream. Everyone on the Zoom, I appreciate all yous. Thank you so much.
Okay, bro. Take care and have a nice day, bro.
A nice night. Yeah, I'm gonna go smoke my Jamaican joint, go to sleep, make sure I'm on here in the morning. And chat, love and wisdom to you all. You already know the deal. You set up your track here so you guys can vibe out, and we are gonna call it a session. All right, that's our session.
Enjoy.
Yes. Steve, oh my bad, I forgot to unmute you. Tomorrow, mañana. Well, yeah, we'll kick it tomorrow. W Wix, the king of Wix and Asians. Yeah. All right, my Wixicans, I'll see you tomorrow. And just like that. Another Asian session is
in the table.
The books. Later.